Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to our apostles and elders, great millstone, and peace and salutations to you brothers out there teaching us word of truth and sincerity. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the 1/3 of the nation of Israel, who are scattered throughout the four corners of the earth. So-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, you are the Hebrew Israelites. Okay? And death and destruction to you red Hebrew Edomites, known as the so-called white man today. You are the nation destined for destruction, and you are the red Hebrew Edomites. I'm going to read the scripture, Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. In breaking news, Maduro, who is the president of president of Venezuela, claims Trump ordered Colombian government mafia to kill him. Right? Just happened about a half hour ago. I'm going to read this article. Maduro claims Trump ordered Colombian government and mafia to kill him. Venezuelan President Maduro has claimed Trump ordered Colombian government and mafia to assassinate him, but insisted that he's well protected from the threat of assassination. It's a lot. Without a doubt, Donald Trump gave the order to kill me, told the Colombian government, the Colombian mafia, to kill me. If something happens to me, Donald Trump and the Colombian president, Ivan Duque, will be responsible, Maduro told RII Novosti. Maduro, however, expressed confidence in his country's security services. I'm always protected by the Venezuelan people. We have a good intelligence service. Maduro also claimed that White House National Security Advisor John Bolton has prevented Trump from communicating with the Venezuelan government. The Venezuelan president told RIA Novosti that he has repeatedly tried but failed to reach out to the U.S. leader. For all these years, I have been trying on a personal level to establish dialogue. But Bolton prevented Trump from initiating a dialogue with Nicolas Maduro. I have the information that he has prohibited this. So Maduro, he wanted to meet with Trump, and then Trump would be... He likes talking to everybody, you know? All right, but it's gone to the point where... Okay, North Korea, they don't have resources that the American government wants, right? Unlike Venezuela. This is why they set up that guy, John Bolton, up. And here's a picture of him. And this is what happened earlier. Trump's neoconservative, pathologically pro-war National Secretary Advisor John Bolton, holding out a notepad with 5,000 troops to Colombia on it for journalists to easily take a photo of, is not likely an accident. This is a threat to Venezuela without having him saying it directly. And this is that devil, right? And they made this map too, outlining who is recognizing Maduro and who's recognizing that guy Guaido. Okay, and the brothers have gone through it, and they said it's like the axis of evil, you know? Like if you look at World War II maps, they would do that. They would color the certain nations, certain countries that were set up against each other. Okay? Well, 1 second. Okay, it's a lot. And so this guy, he's obviously set up. Here he is again. prevented from holding dialogue with Trump. He's a handler for Trump, okay? Because they put him in recently, right? He wasn't there when Trump first got in. And I'm not sure if he was around as the national secretary, or he's an ambassador. Let me click on it. Assistant to the president for national security affairs. So he's just an advisor for the president, national security advisor. And I'm sure he wasn't one before, if I'm not mistaken, when he was out there with that bug out Kim Jong-un. Okay. But this guy, he was actually served under Bush, okay? He served under Bush and did all these other wars. And people are waking up, okay? It says they lied about Iran. They lied about Vietnam. They lied about Chile. They lied about Iraq. They lied about Afghanistan. They lied about Iraq again. They lied about Libya. They lied about Syria. But yeah, sure, this time it's for a good cause. Venezuela. Okay, let me get a preset. Because the whole reason why they go in these countries, right, Iran has what? All kinds of resources, mainly gas, natural gas, and oil. Okay, and it's a rich land of rich people. Vietnam, the same, okay? It's a very, there's resources there, but the so-called white man wanted to go in there and test a lot of his weapons, and he ended up getting his ass kicked. Yeah, in Chile, they set up Pinochet, who was a dictator. And that's what they do in all these countries. They set up a dictator. In Iran, they set up the Shah, who the people of Iran revolted against. Okay. And that's why they have the government they have now. Chile, they had Pinochet. I think he died. That was how he got out of office, if I'm not mistaken. But that was the Chileans. They had a 9/11. September 11th, they had a coup, just like you're seeing now in Venezuela. A military coup. The democratically elected president, Allende, got put to death. And that's well documented. And the so-called white man here in America, you were the main culprit. You're the one who did that. Iraq, you put Saddam Hussein up in there. When you lied about Afghanistan, right? You set up the Taliban. That's all about you controlling what? The opium. And they lied about Iraq again. You went back to go take his ass out. And then you went over there to get rid of Gaddafi, just to steal all his wealth, all his gold, and to destroy that country completely. And you're trying to do the same to Syria. The same thing you did to Gaddafi, the slick one, you tried to do to Syria, and Syria is fighting through it. All right? And now you've been going to war with Venezuela for a while now, okay? And the people of Venezuela, all right, they're Israelites, okay? And they know that America, all you've done is done devilish policies to do what? To increase yourself, okay? It says, Habakkuk 2:6, shall not all these take up a parable against him? Oh, so let me read 4. Habakkuk 2:4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. That's right, the soul that was in you, so-called white people, is not upright in you, okay? The soul that's in you, that's lifted up, is wicked, it's evil. Yea, also because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home, who enlargeth his desire as hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations, and heapeth unto him all people. And that's you so-called white people, right? You transgresseth by wine. Yea, also, you're a proud man. And that wine you transgress with is all these wicked, evil philosophies you push on everyone else in the world. One of them being your wicked economic system and your use of petroleum. Right, you're a proud man, neither you keep it at home. And this guy, John Bolton, he's out and about, man, doing what? Raising hell. Raising hell for the so-called white man, for the so-called Jew. Right, bossing this guy around, because this guy's out of control. Okay. It says, who enlargeth the desires hell, and is as death, and cannot be satisfied. Yeah, that's you so-called white people, mainly the here in America. Okay, Babylon. You enlarge your desire as hell, okay? Everything that you take upon yourself turns into death. The grave as hell, okay? So the everything if you Salakia, the people of Colombia, they have no say of what their government does. They're completely controlled by the so-called white man here in America. Hence why Colombia is a super corrupt narco state. Why is it a super corrupt narco state? Because the so-called white man created it to be such, okay? You watch the Narcos, you see all these films. Who's the main guy running the show? The DEA, the American government, all right? They're all in on it, okay? And you cannot be satisfied. Gathered in all nations and keep it in all people. All right, it seems like this guy can't get satisfied. He wants more and more. Because the reason why you want to go into Venezuela is because you want to get that oil. And this guy, John Bolton, has heavy connections with the oil companies, all right? It's all about control. It's all about weakening people that are against them, okay? And for the Most High to set up what? World War III. So now all of these take up a parable against him and a taunting proverb against him and say, woe to him that increaseth that which is not his. How long? And to him that ladeth himself a thick clay. Yeah, because you take in everything that's not yours, all right? You went into all those countries. And this is recently, right? We're not even talking about what you did to us, you so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. This is you going out to other countries trying to steal their resources. All right? And the whole country's taking the whole world's taking up a proverb against you. Let me get that little this is the one. Okay. This is country supporting one. Guaido. Countries recognizing, supporting Nicolas Maduro. Okay. And then Green is calling for dialogue or elections. So as you can see, Mexico, Bolivia, Uruguay, Cuba, all right, Turkey, Iran, China, Russia. And they don't mention they don't highlight India who supports Venezuela, and they do not show the majority of Africa who also support Venezuela, right? Including Rwanda and I believe a lot of the Western African countries. Why? Because it's going to show you that the so-called white man is the devil, right? He wants to make it seem like people support him, all right? Because the so-called white man, he had a policy regarding everything in the Western Hemisphere, all right? Babylon, America told the rest of European nations, like, you can't be colonizing these countries anymore. Why? Because that America wants first dibs. The Edomites here, okay? And the main one they want is Venezuela, because it's been that oil's been taken away from them ever since that guy, I believe, Hugo Chavez set up that new government, okay? Let me get this in Obadiah, because this is the time we're coming in. And if I may go back to the breaking news. Maduro claims Trump ordered Colombian government and mafia to kill him. And so how does he know that? How does he know all of that? Because everyone has ears of what's going on, and there's all kinds of people within the Colombian government and the Colombian cartels and mafia that talk to the people of Venezuela, mainly the Venezuelan government. All right? Right, because when you watch these films, you understand what's really going on, right? Today in South America. Or a lot of revolutionaries. Okay, there's a group called the FARC. They're a revolutionary army from Colombia, and they fight against the Colombian government. And they're pretty much all Hebrew Israelites. Okay, when I say that, I mean they're from the tribe of Asher. indigenous people, descent in Afro, so-called black people, poor people, and they're fighting against who? The so-called white man, the government. And where do they go when the white man puts too much heat on them? They go dip out and they hide in Venezuela. All right? And as does everyone that gets hot. But it's coming to that time where everyone's going to come up and go against the so-called white man. Even Colombia. The people of Colombia are going to rise up. And this whole civil war you see happening over there, it's all through the spirit of Bashim Yahushai. Because what's happening in Venezuela is going to happen here. It says, how are the things that Esau searched out? This is Obadiah 1:6. How are the... I wanted to read right here. Obadiah 1:5. If these came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they not have stolen till they had enough? If the grape gatherers came to thee, would they not leave some grapes? How are the things that Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Yeah, because when you devils show up, you steal everything. You don't leave nothing. And you want more. You're not satisfied. We read earlier in Habakkuk. It's not enough that you control the world already. It's not enough that America has the highest GDP and has all the weapons and has all the largest oil reserves. Because America has oil reserves too. They're drilling out here. But why you want to take Venezuela down? Because you're the devil the Bible speaks of, right? And this is all part of your grand plan. You need to control every last resource to the point where you're going to use the RFID microchip to do that, right? Because the main resource you want to control is the people, mainly the Israelites. How are the things sought? How the things that Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that are at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid of wood under thee. There's none understanding in him. All right. And when you go back to this graphic, these are the countries that are going to go to war with America, right? China, Russia, Iran. Okay. And it's in the scriptures. Even Mexico. All right. You got Nicaragua, but these other countries are going to turn out. All right. Peru, these are all corrupt governments. All right, but Bolivia, we know they've been taking a stand against Esau there too. And all these countries have something in common. I mean, the one like Venezuela and Bolivia, Cuba, Mexico, Nicaragua, it's that there's way too many Israelites and there's not as much elite Edomites to run it, man. Okay? Like in Brazil, you got a hella Edomites. Same in Colombia. Same in Argentina and Chile. Same in Peru. All right, same in Paraguay. But in places like Venezuela and Bolivia, but Colombia as well, you know. But Esau's rural, the U.S. Army's there, you know, and the dope is there. But as you can see, these are all Israelite nations. And then you can see on this side are the powerful nations, okay? Gog, Magog, Moab, North Korea, right? Elam, you have Iran, but and India's in that too, okay? But these are countries that have expressed publicly, right? And the so-called white man, he called for sanctions on I wanted to bring this up. This is a popular right-wing Venezuelan opposition Facebook page with 235,000 likes, posting a meme joking that President Nicolas Maduro's destiny is to be murdered by the U.S. government. These extremists are actively welcoming a U.S.-backed military coup. La Guarimba, and it's a damn devil. Sin más comentarios. Maduro's destiny, a bullet Okay? A wet bullet from America. And they support American government going over there. Why? Because those people that are the opposition in Venezuela are like those Edomites in Colombia, right? The real racists. Okay, they have a lot of money, they have a lot of power, and they don't mind the so-called white man in America coming in and just killing everybody. All right, the profile picture of this popular Venezuelan opposition page honors right-wing extremist Oscar Perez, a rebel leader and Christian fundamentalist who hijacked a military helicopter and attacked the Supreme Court with grenades. The U.S.-backed opposition lionizes as a martyr. Oh, and that was the guy that jumped in that helicopter not too long ago. So as you can see, man, it's already World War III, right, out there in Venezuela. Okay. So I wanted to go through some of those tweets, talk about what's happening in Venezuela and how people are not falling for the bullshit that the so-called white man's pushing on his mass media. It says every time the CIA, this devil, I don't know who he is, but it was a good tweet. Every time CIA, Pentagon, White House media want to destroy a government, they demonize it on human rights or weapons of mass destruction or to protect civilians. Each time liberals swallow this hook, line, and sinker. Isn't imperialist war, economic sanctions, and covert ops a violation of human rights? And that's all the so-called white man does all over the world, all right? Here you American Edomites, you red Hebrew Edomites in America, right? That's how you operate. You're always at war, imperialist wars. You're putting economic sanctions, and those sanctions do what? They hurt the poor people in the country, man. They don't hurt the rich people. They're good, man. And covert ops. Yeah, you set up all these, you set up that guy that did the helicopter attack, all right? So, yeah, this is that breaking news. I don't know if anything else came out since. But, it's a story to keep your eyes on, brothers. Venezuela, Trump, this guy, John Bolton, he said he's going to bring 5,000 troops to Colombia. All right, Colombia and Venezuela are very, they're rivals. Because one is against America and one is totally with it. It has bases all up in there. They let America just walk all over them. Control their politics, okay? And that's all the Esau so-called white man wants to do. And so with that, I want to give all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahshua B'Shem Rakakadash. Until next time, I say shalom.